welcome to part 4 of Build the Back to the Future DeLorean, issue 4. This, as you recall, is what we've done so far. We've had the back end of the car from issue 1, the front fender here in issue 2. Issue 3 was, of course, the tire and wheel setup. And now issue 4 is going to be Mr. Fusion. We'll get these out of the way and we will continue on with our Mr. Fusion project here. This is seemingly has a million pieces to it, so this could be a fun-filled, adventurous day. So, and it will also be the last one of these that I'm doing for now, anyway, because I don't know if this model is really coming out or not. This was a test that was run by the publisher of it, just to gauge interest, I think, and hopefully enough interest has happened. Otherwise, I don't know why they would have sent out this first 4 issues to the people that have subscribed to this. So anyway, I guess without further ado, let's get this going. Oh, and this will also be the last video that I shoot on my smartphone, because this is something that had just arrived, so that'll be fun. So I didn't want to try this one out on something that I've not even really played with yet, and also I don't have a tripod. This little tripod thingy that my camera or my phone is on does not work with the GoPro. So anyway, let me get this opened up and we'll see what we're doing first. Okay, so in this issue, the very first thing that you notice is the little thing basically saying that that after the series of 4 parts, it is being suspended until further notice. So, with any luck, this will continue after the first of the year. So, all right. So we have our car parts that we are going to be doing this time. We also have instructions and everything that we're doing. A little thing about designing the car, some behind-the-scenes things, designing Mr. Fusion, looking for Doc Brown. And they talk about, you know, what if John Lithgow had gotten the part, or Jeff Goldblum. So, and they do have what's coming up next issue. It's another wheel. I know how exciting that is. So, anyway, let's get going here. Okay, so the first section of this, we're going to be assembling the reactor. So this centerpiece just goes into here. It lines up with 2 little pin openings in the back, so it can be rotated around still and still lifted out. Next step. Sorry. Okay. So next step, we're going to be attaching this to this next level down piece, and then attaching 2 screws to hold that together. All right. And once this bottom piece is attached, we're attaching this clear plastic piece to the underside here. And that's held together with 2 screws. So attaching the last of these 2 screws, and the fusion reactor is all done. All right, so we'll set that aside for now, and now we're going to move on to Mr. Fusion. So the first half of Mr. Fusion, or first pieces of Mr. Fusion, are these two halves that go together with 3 of the screws that are provided. Finishing up putting that together. I would imagine later on I will go in, fill these up with some sort of putty, and paint that over white. Next thing we were doing is putting this little cap on, and then this goes in here, something like this. That seems to fit fairly snugly. And then the next thing is going to be the cap. That goes on top of the Mr. Fusion device. And that fits pretty snugly as well. That just snaps into place. Alright. And be right back on the next step. Alright. Next thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be attaching a hinge point onto this piece here with 2 screws. Okay, and once that is attached, it looks like we are attaching that to this. Now, you have to be careful. There's a side here that you would think you'd want to put it on, but that's not the side. The side is actually this one back here with just the one place for a screw, which is something that I will attach now. Looks like this should still open up. Alright. Okay, and then we're adding the Mr. Fusion part right onto the top here, and then I'm attaching it with a screw. Okay. And it closes up like that. Alright. Now, we have some clips to attach, different hinges, and it has lots of little springs and things, so this is going to be the fun part. Okay, so in the next step, we're going to be putting these 2 pieces together. This is part of a clasp area that closes this up in the front here, and it's held together with 2 screws that are probably the smallest things I've ever seen, and also these 2 springs go in there too somehow. So let's get started. Screw on this, and then this gets screwed into here. There's a little pin that holds it, and then there's a screw that goes inside there. Okay, now next thing to do is I have to put these little springs, attach them to the little posts coming out of the red doohickey, and then there's screws actually that go up and attach them at the bottom. I don't think I'm going to do this part on camera, although I know it would be funny. I'm sure it is not worth watching or hearing the colorful language that would be coming out of my mouth. So I'm going to do this and be right back. Okay, and then the last thing, that was quite fiddly, by the way. The very last thing is to attach the Mr. Fusion unit here onto the base plate, which is the only thing that is metal in this issue. And that just goes on with 3 screws. Okay, and that's it. The little Mr. Fusion thingy works. Well, works as much as you could drop a little miniature banana peel down and pour some beer in, and then this is all attached and looks neat. So you could open this up and drop your little thing of plutonium in there or whatever. All right. So anyway, to wrap this up, I have enjoyed doing this quite a bit. Hopefully, some people have enjoyed watching it, and if and when they get going again in the new year, we will do this. We'll do this some more. So until then, here's hoping that everyone has a fabulous new year, and I guess have a cocktail on me when you are able to. All right, thanks very much, and enjoy.